We met through an online dating service. Yeah. We, on my side, myself and Chloe and my cousin Catherine were at Rainforest Cafe. Remember when we went to Rainforest Cafe a couple years ago? We went to Rainforest Cafe. We were just hanging out, and I got a notification on my phone through the dating app, and I looked at it, and it was an inquiry from this lovely lady. And just a simple, hey, I saw your profile, I liked it.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't say anything. I clicked like a heart or something.
I don't remember what the full message said, but I think it was something to the effect of, I liked your photos, you know, and it was, I think, just a basic inquiry. So, yeah.
I didn't say words. You talked to me first.
Yeah. So,
you did.
So, she said. So, I showed my cousin Katie and asked her, you know, what she thought, and she said she looks really nice. So, based off that, I went ahead and I answered back. Would you like to expound on this?
That is true, where we met, but I liked your profile and like just said, like, I like you. You talked to me first. You did.
Okay.
And I talked back. So.
We talked for about 2 days back and forth, and then she, this was about a week on a weekend, and she let me know that her and some of her girlfriends were going to go to this club bar place called the Yellow Beak in Enumclaw, Washington.
It's a country hole-in-the-wall place down in Enumclaw. And I got dragged there by one of my best friends for the first time. It was my very first time going there, so I told Jason, hey, let's meet here.
And asked me if I wanted to meet up with them, and I said, sure, why not?
And then I figured if he was a creeper, that I had my friend, so. But he wasn't a creeper, so it was okay.
The first time I saw her was when physically, when she got out of the car with her friends. And I was just blown away at her beauty, her radiance, the way she carried herself, you know. It just exuded confidence, and I really liked that.
He looked really cute, and when he got out of the car, he had a little rose. So then I have my best friend and her aunt. She's just like my aunt. She's like, oh, look at him. So yeah, he was very handsome.
And so we met up there and had a good night, and that's the start of where we're at now.
Our first kiss was on our front porch at the old house.
No,
You believe me? Yes.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was the same day that we.
No, it wasn't.
Honey.
No, it wasn't. Well, the first kiss happened on the first night we met. We were on the dance floor just dancing, having a good time, and we just looked at each other, and one thing led to another, and we shared a kiss on the dance floor.
Yeah, because I think I just like hugged him up until that point. Our first kiss, oh my God. So I had made, no, that kiss happened before that.
No.
Then when was it?
It was at the Yellow Beak.
We didn't kiss at the
Yes, we did.
We kissed at the Yellow Beak?
Yes, we did.
We're watching a movie, and he was getting ready to leave, and he had on his blue camouflage looking stuff, and he actually like kind of headbutted me a little bit with the bill of his hat. So that's awkward, but then he finally takes it off, and then that was our first kiss. So we had been a couple dates in already. No, I don't believe you.
It was on the dance floor on the Yellow Beak.
What song was playing?
I don't remember what song, but it was on the dance floor of the Yellow Beak.
Honey, no,
Yes, it was.
That night doesn't even count. That wasn't even a real date.
It doesn't matter, that was our first kiss.
No. Okay.
It depends on what we consider the first date.
I don't consider the Yellow Beak.
Oh, that's what I considered the first
Honey,
date.
that's not a date. That was a meeting.
I don't know if I guess you can call it a date. So, well, I consider it a first date. So.
No, I don't consider that our first date, actually. That's the first time we hung out. What came after Yellow Beak?
I think it was the Prohibition Lounge over in Everett, the little restaurant over by the old house.
Oh, babe, you skipped like 5 dates in between that.
Oh, wow.
And I think our first date was a Skype date. And the first time we got, in-person date, we went to Azteca.
Azteca, yeah, it was the lunch date. Picked you up from work.
You even gave me a present that day.
I did.
Yeah. And I said to you, oh, this is our first, not we had Skype dated, like, that didn't count.
So,
What present?
I got my Hello Kitty that he made me and my little Tiffany necklace and bracelet that day. So that was our first date.
Oh, I guess I had a different definition. So I knew she was the one to marry halfway through my deployment. She could handle the lifestyle that we have, and she had people around her that were there to support her, and she knew that she couldn't break down. She had to continue on, and she stayed strong, and that's what I was looking for, somebody that can handle the lifestyle and stay strong without breaking down and saying that she can't do it. So, but it was about halfway through my deployment when I realized that this is what it is, and I was going to ask her to marry me when I came home.
Everything we had going on, he stepped up to the plate, and he let me know that he was in it. So it just, everything that I had been through with past relationships, it made me look at him a different way. It wasn't just us together, him and I, it was us as a family. So that really made me take a deeper look at him. You know what I mean?
All right, well, the proposal, I was on deployment at the time, and Tiffany knew the ship was pulling in on a certain date, and that it was going to pull into San Diego about a week before to let the air debt and other people from the ship that were based out of San Diego off. And then there was also some other guys from the ship who were going to get off a little early, but I had told Tiffany that I was just going to wait and come home normally with the ship, and then we'll do whatever, take leave or whatever from there. So unbeknownst to Tiffany, I kept telling her I was coming home the week later date because I wanted to surprise her and, be a little different. I didn't want to do it on the pier when the ship came in. I wanted it to be an intimate between us. I didn't want it to be with other people. It was just something for us. So I'd make plans. About halfway through deployment, at a jewelry store in Panama, I bought the engagement ring and the wedding band together.
He tricked me.
A couple of her friends knew. I know Dima knew.
Yeah, Dima lied to me for 2 months.
Yeah. I was glad she kept it. Aunt BJ knew, and because Aunt BJ and Katie and Luna were picking me up from the airport.
The day went on, and he said that he would always call whenever they pulled into port, and we'd talk and Skype whenever, and he kept saying, oh yes, I'm going to give you a call, and blah, blah, blah. So he called me for a couple of minutes, and he was around some other guys, and I was still at work at this point. He's like, hey babe, I'm going to try to call you later tonight. When do you think you're going to go to bed? Or he's just saying stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I don't know, but I'll stay up. Just tell me when you're ready to call.
The day we arrived in San Diego, I called her and I told her I just got my phone service set up again. It's probably going to be a little spotty because they're just restarting it. So if you try to call me, there might be a chance I won't pick up. My phone service is acting up a little bit. That was just a little ploy so that when I was flying from San Diego back to SeaTac, if she tried to call me and I didn't answer or went to voicemail, she wouldn't worry or anything.
Yeah, you're that was decently sneaky, that part.
Got to the airport. My aunt picked me up, and we drive to the house. And I open the door and I say, "Honey, I'm home." And I hear Nita, "Huh?" And so Nita was a little surprised to see me walking in the door. And I was like, oh. I was like, where's Tiff? She goes, upstairs? Still a little shocked. So I walk upstairs and I knock on the door. And
I was gonna say, thank God I had clothes on when he popped up, because it wasn't just him. It was Aunt BJ and his cousin slash sister and his niece.
And I open the door and say, surprise, I'm home. And I get the, what? The old stunned, and then little waterworks, and so.
Or we heard a loud knocking, and we got up to see what it was, and outside our door, Mom's door was open and the light was on. And we went in there to see what was going on, and Jason and Mom were there, and Mom was like crying, and Jason was like he was just like, oh, hi.
And I was pretty surprised that he was here. Really surprised.
We were just surprised that he was there, and everybody was happy, but we had to go to bed shortly after he arrived.
He had to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Mom was like, go to sleep.
He said it.
Go to sleep.
It's time to go to bed. So after that, a few minutes passed, and I grabbed the little box that the ring was in, and I pulled it out, and asked her to marry me. And
No, this is what you did, honey. You had on a sweatshirt and you had your hands in your pocket, and you were like, so I have something to ask you. And then that's because you hadn't, or no, you had your hand in one pocket and you had my hand in the, I pulled my hand away and sat down because I was like, what's going on? So in that moment, that's how I ended up sitting down on the bed, because when you were like, so I have something to ask you. And that was so crazy.
yeah, and I got the whole, she couldn't talk, it was just a, and
Then I didn't know how to take it because I was so surprised and overwhelmed, so I just I started crying. I didn't even answer him at first.
I think it was Katie or my aunt asked, so is that a yes, Tiffany? And she
It
goes,
was Katie. Because it was definitely a yes, but I couldn't say words.
so, and that was the proposal.
Yes. And then I kept saying, it's so pretty.
Hey Tiff, so we just got married. I just want to say thank you. Without you, I don't think I would be in the spot that I'm at right now. As you know, I went through a big heartbreak before I met you, and I wasn't sure if I would ever be in this position where we are today. And that's owed to you for instilling or letting me know and giving me the faith that I could find somebody that would love me and be there for me for the rest of my life, and just somebody that I could call my wife again. I didn't think I would ever be in that position again. So I thank you and I love you.
Jason, I want you to know that I'm just so happy that we're officially a family now. Even though we've been a family and we've been working at it for a couple of years now, it just feels like it's real and complete. And I want you to know that you make me very happy. Even when you're getting on my nerves and I can laugh at you, I know. I just want you to know that I love you, and I'm excited to see where life takes us. So, yeah. I love you.